This original WSRE presentation is made possible by viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the Escambia County Academic Challenge presented by WSRE. The Escambia County School District is pleased to partner with WSRE to showcase some of our area's best and brightest high school students. I'm Jonathan Thompson, the host and moderator for tonight's match. This evening's competition will feature Pine Forest High School and Tate High School. I will now ask the players from Pine Forest to introduce themselves.
Bill. Alexander.
Thomas.
Alana.
And the coach for Pine Forest is Richard Loisel. I'll now ask the players from Tate High School to introduce themselves.
Ryan.
Gordon.
John.
Chance.
And the coach for Tate is Tristan Harris. Please join us after this short break when we begin tonight's match.
When I was 6 years old, I saw a program on Nova called Superbridge. I was in the first grade and wasn't doing too good in school. When I was watching it, I was just so excited, I kept asking my dad, why are they using that? What's that? It was just so interesting. Me and my mom discovered from Nova that the construction company had a website. I asked them how to get a job there and what I need to do in school. They told me that if I wanted to come build bridges for them, that I need to work in reading and math. That year, I went from an F in reading to an A, and for summer vacation, we went to the bridge in St. Louis. I met the engineers, and we had lunch there, big foot-long hot dogs. And for dessert, a bridge made out of cake. Then they brought me a job application. Thank you, Mom, for telling me about Nova, because I know what I want to do with my life now.
The whole earth is big. Go to different places, look everywhere, find stuff. It's fun. You have to bring your safari cameras to take pictures of the safari things. You need to learn how to explore the world.
Welcome back. Teams will have two 10-minute halves to answer a variety of toss-up and bonus questions. Students, if you're ready, let's begin. First toss-up. Best known by their nickname, this cavalry troop headed by Colonel Leonard Wood recruited mainly from the southwestern territories, including Indian territories. Joined by about 50 very wealthy Easterners, they left from Tampa Bay for Cuba in June of 1898. Name this troop, often associated with the officer who resigned as Secretary of the Navy to become their second in command.
Tate, player 3.
Rough Riders.
That is correct. Theodore Roosevelt's Rough Riders. For your bonus, identify these works of John Steinbeck from their descriptions. First, with a title inspired by a Robert Louis Stevenson work, this book describes a 4-month journey that the author took with his titular poodle.
No answer.
That is Travels with Charlie. For your second bonus, this novel follows the ranch hands Lenny and George, who are searching for a land plot of their own.
Grapes of Wrath.
Incorrect. That one is Of Mice and Men. Next toss-up question. These organs can be the location of Willems's tumors, and their primary opening is called a hilum. The one on the left is usually next to the spleen, and the one on the right is usually below the liver.
Tate, player 1.
Kidney.
Kidney is correct. For your bonus, given these paintings, name the French artists who created them for 10 points each. First, The Death of Sardanapalus, Liberty Leading the People, and Massacre at Chios.
Renoir.
Incorrect. That's Eugene Delacroix. Second bonus, the Yellow Christ, the Day of God, and Ia Orana Maria.
David.
Incorrect, it's Paul Gauguin. Toss-up question. This writer was paralyzed from the waist down in a 1990 car accident. He gained prominence in 1958 with his first novel, and since then has written No Longer at Ease, Arrow of God, Ant Hills of the Savannah, and The Trouble with Nigeria. Name this African author of the novel Things Fall Apart.
Tate, player 3.
Awabi.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Chinua Achebe. Toss-up question. This building's name comes from the Greek word for virgin. Considered the greatest work of the Doric order, it was built during the 5th century BC as a temple to Athena. Name this building associated with...
Pine Forest, player 4.
The Parthenon.
Parthenon is correct. For your bonus, identify these worm phyla for 10 points each. First, this phylum of roundworms includes such parasitic species as the hookworm.
Annelida.
Incorrect, it's Nematoda. Next, this phylum of flatworms consists of the most primitive species to have 3 embryonic layers and a well-defined head region. It includes flukes, tapeworms, and planarians.
Annelida.
Incorrect, that is Platyhelminthes.
Wow.
This next question involves calculation. Question, find the 20th term of an arithmetic sequence if the 5th term is 17 and the 10th term is 27.
Tate, player 4.
47.
That is correct. For your bonus, identify these 2 Gothic novels from their clues for 10 points each. First, made into a film by Francis Ford Coppola, this book was written in 1897 and opens with the narrator's carriage ride up to a castle in the Carpathian Mountains.
No answer.
That is Dracula. Next, subtitled The Modern Prometheus, it was written as part of an 1816 contest to see who could write the best horror story.
Frankenstein.
That is correct. 10 points on the bonus. Toss-up. This act, passed in March 1941, was supposed to make the United States the, quote, arsenal of democracy. Although it at first only applied to Great Britain, it was extended 3 months later to
Pine
the Soviet.
Forest, player 2.
The Lend-Lease Act.
That is correct. For your bonus, answer these questions about regions beyond the Earth for 10 points each. First, there are 2 of these zones in the Earth's magnetosphere where charged particles are confined by the Earth's magnetic field. Name these areas, one of which has an altitude of about 1.5 the Earth's radius, while the other is up to 4 times as far away.
Auroras.
Incorrect. Those are the Van Allen belts. Second bonus, thought to be at a very great distance from the sun, this is the region of bodies from which most comets originate.
The Oort cloud. The Oort cloud. The Oort cloud.
That is correct. 10 points on bonus. Toss-up question. This amine hormone has chemical formula C10H12N2O. It constricts blood vessels, but is best known as a neurotransmitter. Its concentration in the brain can be increased by ingesting the amino acid tryptophan or the medicine Prozac. Name this monoamine neurotransmitter whose concentration also increases during sleep.
Tate, player 2.
Serotonin.
That is correct. For your bonus, given a brief description, identify the female political leader for 10 points each. First, after graduating from college, this Brit worked as a research chemist and as a tax lawyer. First elected to her nation's legislature in 1959, she worked her way up through the ranks of the Conservative Party, assuming leadership of her nation in 1979.
Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher.
That is correct. Second bonus, her father was executed in the aftermath of a military coup that toppled him from power. After his death, she assumed the leadership of the Pakistan People's Party, only to be placed under arrest by Pakistan's military government. She became Pakistan's prime minister in 1988 and was assassinated in 2007.
No answer.
Correct answer is Benazir Bhutto. Toss-up question. In this novel, you find the following sentence. The mechanical hound slept but did not sleep, lived but did not live, in its gently humming, gently vibrating, softly illuminated kennel back in a dark corner of the firehouse. Name this novel with protagonist Guy Montag, a fireman who sets fires, that is subtitled The Temperature at Which Book Paper
Tate.
Catches...
Player 3.
Fahrenheit 451.
That is correct. For your bonus, identify these terms related to hematology for 10 points each. First, this is the oxygen-carrying protein in erythrocytes, or red blood cells.
Hemoglobin.
That is correct. Second, this inherited blood disorder is caused when an abnormal form of hemoglobin crystallizes in small capillaries, causing oxygen deprivation.
Sickle cell anemia.
That is correct. 20 points on bonus. Toss-up question. This trickster god fathered several monsters, including...
Pine Forest. Player 4.
Loki.
That is correct. Your bonus involves calculation. Solve for x in the following equations for 10 points each. First, 10 permutation x equals 720. Answer, please.
72.
Incorrect, it's 3. Your second bonus, x combination 4 equals 15.
$11.
Incorrect, it's 6. Toss-up question. This country borders Lithuania, Latvia, Russia, Ukraine, and Poland. Its location has proved tragic because it received much of the fallout from the Chernobyl nuclear explosion.
Tate. Player 1.
Belarus.
That is correct. For your bonus, identify the following figures from Greek mythology for 10 points each. First, before he defeated the Minotaur with the help of Ariadne, this hero had to make his way along the roads to Athens.
Perseus.
Incorrect, it's Theseus. Your second bonus, one wicked bandit Theseus met on the way to Athens was this man, who would force passers-by to fit on an iron bed by either stretching them or severing extraneous height.
No answer.
Correct answer is Procrustes. That is the end of the first half. Please join us after the break for a score check.
When you support your PBS station, you're supporting possibilities. You're making sure there's a place for independent voices. You're opening children's minds. And you're giving everyone the chance to find inspiration from the arts. To discover more, be more. Support possibilities. Support your PBS station.
TV can be a child's window to the world. What will they see?
Welcome back. At the half, the score is Pine Forest High with 40 points and Tate High with 100 points. Both teams have made a substitution at the half. I'll now ask the player from Pine Forest to introduce himself.
Terrence.
And I'll now ask the player from Tate to introduce himself.
Matthew.
Welcome, players. Question. A typical person has less than 1/10,000th of 1 pound of this element in his or her body, but the element is vitally necessary. A lack of this element during infancy impairs mental and physical development, and during adulthood can lead to an enlargement of the thyroid gland.
Pine Forest. Player 2.
Iodine.
Iodine is correct. For your bonus, identify the following poems given their poet and some lines for 10 points each. First, Robert Herrick, "Gather ye rosebuds while ye may, old time is still a-flying."
The road less traveled.
Incorrect. That is, "To the virgins to make much of time." Second bonus, Richard Lovelace, "Stone walls do not a prison make, nor iron bars a cage."
No answer.
The correct answer is "To Althea from prison." This is a calculation question. How old is David now? He is currently 1/4 as old as his father. In 24 years, he will be 1/2 as old as his father.
Pine Forest. Player 4.
96.
Incorrect. The correct answer was 12. Toss-up question. This term was originally used by John Milton in Paradise Lost for the castle that is the capital of hell. 100 years later, people started using it to represent a place that is chaotic, and 100 years after that, people started using it to mean a wild, lawless confusion. It combines...
Pine Forest. Player 3.
Chaos.
That is incorrect. -5 points. I'll continue. It combines the Greek prefix for all with the Latin root for evil spirit. Name this 11-letter word beginning with the letter P.
Tate. Player 3.
Prometheus.
Incorrect. It's pandemonium. Toss-up question. This name was taken by 7 queens in the Macedonian dynasty of Egypt. The first one ruled from 180 to 176 BC as a regent for her son after her husband, Ptolemy V, died. The 7th one came to power in 51 BC
Tate.
with her...
Player 3.
Cleopatra.
That is correct. For your bonus, identify these famous short story writers given some of their works for 10 points each. Number 1, The Ransom of Red Chief and The Gift of the Magi.
No answer.
Correct answer is O. Henry, or I would have accepted William Sidney Porter. Second bonus, The Snows of Kilimanjaro and The Short Happy Life of Francis Macomber.
No answer.
The correct answer on that one is Ernest Hemingway. Toss-up question. This key signature has 4 sharp notes, and D sharp is the 7th note in the scale. Of the major key signatures containing D sharp in their scales, which one has the fewest sharps?
Pine Forest. Player 2.
E flat.
That is incorrect.
Tate. Player 2.
F sharp.
Incorrect. You were both pretty close. The answer is just E. Toss-up question. The rarer form of this disease is usually caused by too little vasopressin and is classified as insipidus. The more common form, classified as mellitus, probably affects over 10 million Americans and can lead to blindness, kidney disease, or amputation.
Tate. Player 3.
Diabetes.
Yes, that is correct. For your bonus, answer the following about the 19th century Russian composer Modest Mussorgsky for 10 points each. Number 1, identify the Mussorgsky work featured near the end of Disney's Fantasia, which seeks to depict musically the nocturnal dances of demons.
Nocturne.
No answer.
That is A Night on Bald Mountain. Your second bonus, one of Mussorgsky's most famous works was the piano suite Pictures at an Exhibition, in which one movement is based on a painting of the Great Gate of what Ukrainian city?
Kiev.
That is correct. 10 points on bonus. Toss-up question. This 1982 novel, consisting of letters written by its protagonist Seeley and addressed to God, is banned from many school libraries because of its graphic descriptions of sexual abuse. The 1985 movie version of this book was criticized because of its negative portrayal of black men. Name this novel by Alice Walker that was made into a Steven Spielberg film featuring Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah Winfrey.
Tate, player 3.
The Color Purple.
That is correct. For your bonus, given an African country's former name, please provide its current one for 10 points each. Number 1, Abyssinia. Answer, please.
Uganda.
Incorrect, that is Ethiopia. Number 2, Southern Rhodesia.
Angola.
Incorrect, that is Zimbabwe. Toss-up question. Each one was addressed to the people of the state of New York and signed using the pen name Publius. They argued for a republican form of government and described the roles of the different branches of government. Name this collection of 85 letters written by John Jay, James Madison, and
Tate,
Alexander.
player 3.
The Federalist Papers.
That is correct. For your bonus, identify these gas laws given their descriptions for 10 points each. Number 1, with temperature constant, volume is inversely proportional to pressure. Answer, please.
Ideal gas law.
Incorrect. That is Boyle's law. Number 2, with pressure constant, volume is directly proportional to temperature.
Ideal gas law.
Incorrect. That is Charles's law. The next question features calculation. Question, find the current in amperes through the 10 ohm resistor if a 10 ohm and 5 ohm resistor are connected in parallel with a 2-volt battery. And the correct answer is 0.2 or 1/5 amperes. Toss-up question. A single teaspoonful of the matter in this type of star weighs about 5 tons.
Tate, player 1.
Neutron star.
That is incorrect. -5. I'll continue. These stellar bodies are created when a red giant uses up all of its helium but cannot begin to start burning carbon, causing it to collapse. Name these faint stellar remnants.
Pine Forest, player 3.
White dwarf.
That is correct. For your bonus, identify these literary Lewises by their first names or first initials for 10 points each. Number 1, the first American to win the Nobel Prize for Literature. His works include Arrowsmith and Main Street. Answer, please.
C.K. Lewis.
Incorrect. That first one is Sinclair Lewis. Number 2, this Englishman wrote a sci-fi trilogy of Christian allegory that included Out of the Silent Planet, Paralandra, and That Hideous Strength. Answer, please.
C.S. Lewis.
That is correct. Or Clive Staples Lewis. Toss-up question. Though born in Dublin, this writer spent most of his professional career in London. He co-founded the Fabian Society, which attempted to make Britain more socialist. Many of his plays were first produced in the early 20th century by Harley Barker. Name this Irish writer of The Devil's Disciple, Saint Joan, Arms and the Man, and Pygmalion. Correct answer on that one is George Bernard Shaw. Toss-up question. This influential writer was himself influenced by St. Ambrose of Milan. In his work City of God, this man defended Christianity from people who blamed it for the fall of Rome. Name this 5th century Bishop of Hippo who wrote the works Christian Doctrine, Reconsiderations, and Confessions.
Tate, player 3.
St. Augustine.
You just beat the buzzer. St. Augustine is correct. So you will get a chance at 2 bonus questions. Identify these vitamins given diseases that occur from their deficiency for 10 points each. Number 1, scurvy.
Vitamin C.
That is correct. Number 2, rickets or osteomalacia.
Vitamin D.
That is correct. 20 points on the bonus. We've reached the end of the second half. Please join us after the break for a final score.
When you support your PBS station, you're doing more than supporting the programs you love. You're supporting possibilities. You're making sure there's a place for independent voices, ideas and perspectives. You're opening children's minds, helping them discover who they are and what they can be. You're giving everyone the chance to find inspiration from the arts. And you're opening doors to the wonders of the world. To discover more, experience more, be more. Support possibilities. Support your PBS station.
Welcome back. The final score for tonight's match is Pine Forest with 65 and Tate High School with 175 points. I'd like to thank the students, coaches, and volunteers for help making tonight's event possible. Please join us again here on WSRE for more of the Escambia County Academic Challenge. Thank you and good evening.